Da, 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 da!
What are you doing?
I'm Captain Feelings.
Captain Feelings?
Yes. Oh, this is so cool. Look, I'm a superhero, and just by looking at you, I know how you're feeling.
How I'm feeling.
I know how everything is feeling. Yep.
Everything? Okay,
Yeah.
so how am I feeling right now?
Let me see. Ooh, amusement? Skepticism. You may want to laugh in my face, but you don't want to hurt my feelings. And ooh, Kim, you're a little hungry. Did you eat breakfast today?
Okay, Captain Feelings.
Yeah.
This means you can feel the feelings of everything.
I know the feelings of everything.
Everything?
Everything.
What about this hammer?
Oh, let me see. Ooh. Content with its lot in life, yet cranky, satisfied, and extremely stubborn. Okay.
What about this?
Ooh, sad. And lonely. It's lost its soulmate to the dryer.
What about this?
Oh, proud, passionate, confused on whether it should be considered a villain or a hero, and oh, the pain! Oh, no. Hi everyone, I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Kim, and welcome to
Central Kids TV.
And this month, we're talking about ways we can see God at work in history.
And how we can see God at work right now. And right now, Kim, why do you still have your superhero cape on?
I've invented a new superhero power.
Better than Captain Feelings?
Yes, a teleportation machine.
What do you mean?
Teleportation, to teleport from one place to the next.
Okay, I know what it means, but you're telling me you can magically transport from one place to another?
It's not magic. It's a superhero power.
Okay, Kim.
Look, just click that button.
This button right here.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Kim? Kim?
Cassandra!
Kim, this isn't funny. Okay, I'll try again.
Cassandra! Help me! How'd I get here?
Kim? Kim! Kim, where'd you go? Kim! Oh, okay.
Oh my God! How did I get here? Cassandra! Where's Cassandra? Help me, Cassandra!
Kim, come on back! Seriously, Kim! This is, okay. One more time, here we go. Okay. You scared me! It's time for the story before the story. Kim!
Oh my gosh!
This wasn't fun.
The story before the story.
Today we're in Genesis, the very first book in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the whole world and everything in it, including people.
We were made in the image of God, to be friends with God.
But the first people chose to go their own way. When they turned from God, the world was broken, and so was our friendship with God.
Sin and darkness crept in.
But from the beginning, God had a plan to restore it all.
God chose a man named Abraham and promised to bless the whole world through his family.
Abraham had a son named Isaac.
Isaac had a son named Jacob.
And Jacob had 12 sons.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian. Just as God had promised, Abraham's family was growing. His grandson Jacob had 12 sons and 1 daughter. Can you imagine having that many siblings? It's a whole football team! Parents aren't supposed to have a favorite kid, but Jacob did, his second to youngest son, Joseph. In fact, Jacob showed that Joseph was the favorite by giving him a fancy, colorful robe. And pretty soon, Joseph started acting like he was the main character. He told his brothers about 2 dreams God gave him. Dreams showing that one day, his whole family would bow before him. And you can bet that did not go over so well.
Do you plan to be king over us? Will you really rule over us?
Finally, Joseph's brothers had had enough. They threw him into an empty well and then sold him to traders who took him to Egypt to be enslaved. That's pretty bad, right? But don't worry, it gets worse. In Egypt, Joseph was put to work in the house of Potiphar, who served as captain of the guard for Pharaoh, the king. Now, Joseph could have thrown a pity party for himself and given up, but instead, Joseph trusted God and worked hard. He quickly earned Potiphar's trust.
From this moment, I place everything in my household under your direction.
And Joseph lived happily ever after. The end. Actually, no, because after some time, Potiphar's wife told a lie about Joseph, and he was thrown into jail. But even in prison, Joseph trusted that God was still with him. So he kept working hard, and soon the jailer put him in charge of the other prisoners. One day, 2 prisoners, Pharaoh's baker and his wine taster, had strange dreams. With God's help, Joseph told them the meaning of those dreams. The wine taster was freed from prison, just as Joseph saw in the dream. But even though the wine taster had promised to help Joseph, he forgot. 2 whole years later, Pharaoh himself had some strange dreams. And that's when the drink taster, finally remembered Joseph. So, Pharaoh immediately called for Joseph.
God has shown you what will happen. 7 years with plenty of food are coming, but after that, 7 years without much food will come. So find someone wise to store up food in the good years.
God has made all this known to you. I'm putting you in charge.
Straight from prison, Joseph was made second in command over all of Egypt. God had used those hard years Joseph spent working for Potiphar and in prison to make Joseph a strong and wise leader. For 7 years of good harvests, Joseph instructed the people to store up food. Then, just as God had said, a time came when the crops failed. Everyone came to Joseph for food. Now remember Joseph's family? His dad, Jacob, and 11 brothers? Like everybody else, they had no food. So Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to get something to eat. Twice, actually. After all those years, the brothers didn't recognize Joseph, but he recognized them. Joseph didn't reveal himself to them right away, but finally told them,
I am your brother Joseph. I'm the one you sold into Egypt.
The brothers were terrified. What if Joseph wanted to pay them back for the terrible way they treated him?
Don't be angry with yourselves. God sent me ahead of you to save many lives.
Then Joseph instructed his brothers to bring Jacob and all their families to Egypt, where they would have enough to eat for the remaining 5 years of famine. As Joseph told his brothers, "You planned to harm me, but God planned it for good." Because Joseph continued to trust God when things got tough, God used Joseph to save his entire family. And more than 1,000 years later, Jesus, God's son, would be born into this same family. The end.
Joseph's story kept getting worse and worse.
Until God took him from the prison straight to the palace.
He transported right out of there.
Joseph faced some pretty terrible situations. But instead of giving up, he trusted that God was still at work in his life. His faith helped him keep going even when things got tough.
When we look at Joseph's story and the ways that God has worked throughout history, we see how God can bring good out of hard things.
So when something difficult or unfair happens, you can trust that God is still with you.
Like if you have to move to a new city right in the middle of a school year.
Oh, goodness. Or if all your friends make the basketball team, but you don't.
That'd be really hard. When you have to deal with hard things, remember that you're not alone. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus himself faced arrest and even death, but chose to trust God would bring good even from this terrible thing.
And because of Jesus, we can trust that God is with us always, no matter where we go or how difficult the situation is.
Today's big idea is you can trust God when things get tough.
When you're under pressure,
When you're feeling the heat,
you can trust God. See you next time, guys, on Central Kids TV.
wouldn't it be cool if Joseph had a teleportation machine?